Hey guys, welcome to Data Minders. I am Tashana, and today we're gonna talk a little bit about literature reviews. We're gonna talk about what it is, but not too in depth. What we're gonna focus on though is two sources of where you can get articles and journals and other scholarly reports. So we're gonna get right into it. See you later. So what is a literature review? It is basically the DNA of whatever you're talking about, what has been said about the topic. But it has to be narrowed to your perspective. So for example, if you're talking about education and GDP, the effect of education on GDP, you're not going to try to talk also about health or defense. But that particular perspective must be spoken about from all angles. So you try to get articles that try to look at different angles of the particular topic so that you can compare and contrast, look for similar articles that agree with each other and that disagree. Now, what is literature? It basically is scholarly writing. Main word being scholarly, work that are cited, work that are peer reviewed, work that are found in journals and books. Of course, yeah, there are exceptions. For example, newspapers. Newspapers can be used as well in your academic work. Now, there are places that you do not go. You do not go to Wikipedia or places like about.com or places that have little or no references or do reports that are opinion based that try to convince the reader in a biased way about their own views and their own opinions. Those places are not reliable at all. As well, we have awesome places that you can get information. You can get it from Google Scholar, you can get it from Google Books, you can get from JSTOR, that's a web page that you can get other articles, and I'll show you that today. EBSCOhost, which is a program or collection of other journals that your school may have access to as well, and all schools have access to a large amount of journals. So we're going to talk about Google Scholar today and how to access it. So you just search for Google Scholar and it will come up, and you want to click, and there you are. You write in the particular topic that you are searching for, and as you can see on your left hand side there are a list of articles. Now remember, this is just a quick example. You have a thinking process of selecting actual journals and articles, right? So on the farther left you see a lot of things about citations and dates that you can choose from, and having a library as well. So you want to be careful in your selection, and that is something that I can show you. We are a service. Now if it is that you click on the articles shown on the left hand side, those are articles that are accessed through payment. So we're going into one, and it's coming up in a second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, and here we are. As you can see in that little box on your right hand side, that they are saying that you can pay for this particular articles. Now there are other ways that you can actually get the information without actually reading the whole article, but you'll have to contact me to find out. And as you can see, that article costs $11.95. I believe that is in US dollars. So if this is an option that you can take, definitely go ahead and take it. But there's a little trick, or another trick, that a little way that I know that can prevent. Now if you see, or can allow you to get some of the articles at least, on your right hand side there are other links to the same article that you can get for free. I'm going to click on the first article link, and there you go. And here we are. You are getting the entire article right there. Now, of course, this does not apply to all articles that shows up on Google Scholar, but it is a method and it is a way and a little trick that not many know. So we're going to talk a little bit about JSTOR and how to access it. So this is a JSTOR login page. As you can see, there are different aspects. I'm going back to the home page just to show you what it looks like. And we're going back to the login page. Now you can actually register. On the left hand side at the bottom under the login, you can see register, and this is the registration form. It's very simple and easy. I just want to let you guys know that you won't be seeing the arrows for the computer because of the program that I am using, so just be very observant. Okay, so we're going back. And what I want to do is to log in, but I also want to show you that your university can actually have access, or your organization actually. So you're seeing Central Bank there. So you can do a little search for your university, and I am writing in Custard. Of course, I did not find custard because I spelled custard wrong. So just be in all things careful in how you write things out. And it's best to write out the meaning of the word, every word that the mnemonic custard represents. So I logged in, and we're going to do that search now for theory of the mind. And as you can see there's a little space where you can do your search. So we're going to write theory of the mind. Click on the little magnifier glass and you get a lot of articles. Now, as I said, literature review is a process. You don't want to pick up the first thing that you see on the listings, whether it's even Google Scholar or just plain Google. You have to know what your theme is about and what you're talking about. So we are going to assume, just for the purposes of this demonstration, that we are going a psychology route. So we chose structure and growth of the mind, and as you can see, we got the entire article there, and you're going to save it. There is a process of saving and keeping track of all your articles and programs that you can use to keep track of bibliographies. If you want to know more, as I said, we are a service. You can contact us. Okay, and so we want to do a little search on an article that we could not get for free on Google Scholar. So we're going to look at the representation theory of the mind and introduction. So we want to highlight that. And what we're going to do is we're going to do an advanced search on JSTOR. So we click search on the top left hand, right after home, advanced, and you got the advanced search page. You put in the name of the article, and then you select the theme. The article from the Google Scholar page was psychology, so we're going to choose psychology again, and then we are going to put the publication title, which is PsychNet, and we're going to go back and get the name and the year it was published. Copy that. Just going through very quickly all my pages, and we are going to put in the year of the article, and it's 1990. And then we are going to make a little change to the title. You have to select title because that's for the title that we actually placed. We're going to paste the name of the person, and then we are going to select on the right hand side that it is the author to define the search a little better. And then we're going to click search. And of course we found nothing because JSON does not have everything. It is very good for a randomized yet organized search, but it does not have all articles. There are other databases and even your library that could have access to. So what should your literature research be? It must be a story, a discussion, and it must be coherent. It must not be just a simple list of what you have read or what you have found, nor an outright justification with bias or subjectiveness as to why your research is needed. Yes, you want to use the literature to say, hey, this is why my research is needed, but don't make it classy then.
Right, so as you saw in our demonstration, we talked about Google Scholar and how to access it, and JSTOR, which is a great resource, and how to access it. But of course, there is so much more to literature reviews. For example, how do you keep track of it all? How do you know which article is more important than another article? What important elements from a particular report or article do you take and include in your literature review? How do you make it into a discussion? And there are so many other things as well. And if you want to know about those other things, or you just need a little bit of guidance with your literature review or any of my other products, which include data analysis, data entry, little statistical guidance for either your thesis or your projects, as well as other academic assistance, you can contact me. There'll be a slide at the end of this video, and I hope to see or hear from some of you very soon. Now, what are we going to talk about next week? Next week is very important. In fact, the coming 3, 4, 5 weeks is very important because I'm actually going to go in depth into statistical databases. I was talking to one of my friends, and she was talking about how she's doing a project, and one of her teachers told her to go on the CSO website to get data for her project. And she said, I just went, data T girl, I just went there and I came straight back off because I don't know what's going on. So there are a number of databases that exists and students do not know how to maneuver, and for that I will freely give that information away. So we're going to look at databases from Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago, from the CSO of Trinidad and Tobago, that's the Central Statistical Office, as well as international databases, how to use some of those. And so, look forward to our video, to my video, and see you next week. Hi guys, it's Tishana here, and welcome to Data Minders. Today we're going to talk a little bit about literature reviews. I'm just going to start with what it is about very quickly, not in depth. What if